Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday. Feels like a Monday, but it's Tuesday, June 20th. We got a shortened week here because of the Juneteenth day yesterday. This morning, and I have a very strong idea for you. Very strong story trade idea for this week. We'll get to that in just a second. First, let's just look at the macro pictures. Everything's pulling back. QQQ, SPY, ARK, IWM. And listen, I was expecting a pullback when the debt ceiling was announced, so we kept running for a day or two after that. But now it may be coming. All right. So I'm getting confluent signals from different people, from dark money flow and from Rex and from Elliott wave signals. Like there's all kinds of things pointing to a market correction or pullback. And when I look at pullbacks, I'm always thinking about the 20-day moving average. You can see that blue line there. Like that's a potential. And you can even go to the 50, but the 20 DMA is a very strong bull market. If you could ride up that 20 DMA, you're still very strongly bullish, right? So that's what I'm looking at on QQQ. Let's see where the SPY's at. The SPY, you can see 20 DMAs at 427. It's moving up. Right here would be a good spot, like 430 if it continues going up, because you have some support candles. This used to be resistance. See that? 5 days of resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That may become support now, right around there, which is actually right around 430. So SPY, and then ARK could always pull back as well. A little bit of a stronger chart, and I've liked this one. But intermediate, longer term, I'm bullish, right? You have a bullish cross forming in ARKK. We're above all the key moving averages. We broke key moving averages in the QQQ and SPY to the upside. So everything's looking really good. Right now, I'm just looking for a corrective pullback, but corrective pullbacks can destroy your portfolio if you're on margin, if you're leverage, if you're in call options. So you got to be very careful with that. All right. I'm going to have a nice, solid pick for you. I can't wait to tell you about it. But let's just go through the catalyst from the top, and then we'll get to that last right before Vegas comes on. So, CANO, last week I'd given you guys, actually, where is it? ILMN. And ILMN hasn't worked out yet, okay? ILMN, I still like this because activist Carl Icahn booted out the CEO, and I think that's a very strong catalyst. I'm waiting for this 200 DMA to break and take us back towards 225. Now, so we have a similar situation now with CANO. CANO up 20% this morning. Again, activists ousting the CEO. Now, this morning, that was announced Friday after the close that the CEO was ousted, but the activists issued a press release this morning saying that they weren't happy. It's not enough that they ousted the CEO because they put him on the board. So this concerned shareholders of CANO Health address company's offensive Friday afternoon news dump regarding its leadership transition. So I got into this. I jumped into this Friday after the close at $1.42. This is highly shorted. Okay, you got 29% short. You got resistance at $1.50. You can see that clearly. These rejection candles here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeps getting rejected at 150. Then over here in April, another couple times got rejected at 150. So 150 is your resistance level. It's sitting there right now. If it breaks 150, it can make a move towards 175, 225. All that's in play. But I'm pulling back a little bit here, being a little bit cautious. Took a little bit of profits from the 142 entry I had because the activists aren't fully satisfied yet, right? It's not the full resolution they want yet. It's probably going to come. But, I wasn't happy to necessarily see this news release this morning. But all in all, these are my favorite catalysts to play. One of my favorite catalysts to play is management changes, particularly when it's been known for a long time, and we've known for a long time, people have not been happy with CANO management. Okay, so this can reverse that, and maybe we can head to $2 or $3. By the way, they also voted down a reverse split, which is a positive catalyst for the stock. So CANO, something very interesting to look at here this morning, 150, and then let's just call it 175, $2, the next two levels after 150. Longer term, let's see if they really turn this ship around, then right around there, 450, where you had all these support candles right here before this big boom and crash is where it could potentially go if they really turn around the ship. All right. Then we got ACHR, which we've been on top of and playing for a long time. They're at the Paris Air Show this week. with their eVTOL craft. I think it's called Midnight, front and center at the Paris Air Show. But they had more news yesterday. Stellantis, Archer, move partnership from concept phase to execution phase. That's why you're seeing some follow through this morning, up 24 cents, up 6% this morning. Let's see, can it hold the top of this candle? 388, right? 388, I guess, is your support. And maybe it can make a move back up to 450 to 490, given the fact that this Paris Air Show, I think, is ongoing. But your support's going to be here at 388 support levels on ACHR. Then we had LLAP with also an eVTOL company, and they had two separate news releases yesterday regarding China. So Baoan District of Shenzhen Municipality and LLAP partner for eVTOL service in China. Separate China agreement. LLAP signs agreement with Heli Eastern for the purchase of LLAP jets and the development of premium eVTOL services in China. So that's pretty cool. You got two separate, and there's their plane. Wow. Jetsons are here, man. If you guys watch the Jetsons, I'm aging myself, but there you go. That looks like a Jetsons. So LLAP and ACHR, it looks like there's a lot of interest in this space. Once everyone saw the success of Tesla, obviously, they're going to be looking for the next Tesla. And I think that's why you're going to see premium sentiments, premium in market value because of sentiment in stocks like ACHR and LLAP. I do think ACHR is a much more solid, safer play because of the partnership and the financial backing of Stellantis. And you can see that validation at the Paris Air Show this weekend. But China's nothing to laugh at either, right? And you can see the big volume coming in right now. You saw that big bid. 1.2 million shares this morning, and lots of action on LLAP. So let's look at the chart real quick. So LLAP on this positive catalyst, where can it go? Well, you have 200 DMA support right here. It's been crisscrossing it though, so that's not great. About 130, and then let's see. I don't have weekly candles for some reason. Look at that V-shaped recovery, unbelievable. Can it break out of this V? Break 150 maybe, 160, make a move towards 190. All that's possible. I bet you this is highly shorted. No, it's only 6% shorted. Okay, not bad. Better than I thought. So in any case, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna buy it here after this big V-shaped recovery, but something to think about. Could make that move from 150 to $2 is possibly in play. I do like ACHR better just because fundamentally I think it's a better situation. XXII had news this morning. They raised, I think we hinted at this last week, they raised $5 million, $5.3 million at 47 cents. Included in that 47 cents are options, warrants, basically, to buy more shares at 47 cents. Included in that is a renegotiation of previous warrants, which I guess it's the same entity that's participating in this one. They participated in the prior offering, and their warrants were repriced from about $2 to 47 cents. Okay, so all in all, they can potentially raise $15 million at 47 cents with this. They're getting $5 million now and potentially another $10 million if those warrants are exercised. All of that's going to be about 10% dilution for the company, I think it is. Let me just double check that. All right. Let's see. We got 11 million shares, so it's actually more. 33 million shares. Okay. 33 divided by 222. So 33 divided by 222. So we have potentially up to 15% dilution to think about here. The question is the market going to say this is now enough money? Now, they had comments in here about profitability and how this is a bridge financing to help them get to profitability. But if you look at the wording, like I don't think it's as strong as it can be. It was basically how I just said it. It helps them get to profitability. They didn't say like this is now enough money. We can now get to profitability because of this offering, which we've seen on other stocks this year. Was LLAP one of them actually? I think AUGX was one of them. They specifically said that with the offering. I think LLAP may have specifically said it's enough to get them to purchase orders, right? And then maybe they can avoid an offering. This one is a little less definitive. It's like, yeah, we have a path to profitability. We're still giving you this guidance for profitability, and this helps us get to profitability. That's how I'm reading it. So I'm not convinced that the market's suddenly going to re-rate this stock and, have the stock go up 2-3 times over the next couple months. It can, if they came out and said that. If they came out and said this is definitely going to get us profitability, I think you're going to see the stock at a dollar to $1.50 in the next 4 to 8 weeks. All right, but I'm not sure we have that situation here, so be cautious. It's one of my larger long-term positions, and I'm getting clobbered on it. All right, so I'm not pushing my buck, but just something to be cautious about. They do have the additional catalyst in August. The FDA is probably going to come out and put some limits on nicotine or ban menthol cigarettes or something, but there's going to be an exception to their 99% chance, specifically and only for their brand of cigarettes. So that can be a huge catalyst for the company in August. But I think this recent weakness, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days or so, 6 days, and we had some insight into this from Chris Tuttle on our show last week, is because there was this feeling from the LD Micro Conference that they were about to that, and that's why you had this. So at the least, I would hope that this move can get reversed now that this offering's out of the way. Maybe we can make a move back up to 69, 70 cents over the next 5, 6, 7 days. But we'll just have to wait and see. All right, a little catalyst for NVTS this morning. This was on our radar because of REL and the relationship they have with REL. They're involved in silicon carbide. I never had a chance to really research this company, but they're involved in electric vehicles and silicon carbide. It's like, it sounds like you see it right up here, right away. So it's like, sounds like an air type of story, but I just don't know what they do. You see the SiC right there. You see the EVs right there. So they have a press release this morning that they're going to be, I guess, presenting at the Electronica China 2023 conference, July 11th to July 13th, about next generation gallium nitride and silicon carbide to accelerate adoption of EVs and renewable energy. That sounds interesting. And after we had a rough day for the stock on Friday, perhaps that can be a catalyst to see the stock do well this morning. So just a little small idea there for you on NVTS. Intel and PayPal are like my top 2, or let's say 3. Intel, PayPal, Shop, Tesla. All right, I got 4. We got big caps coming up with Vegas. But as far as myself, I flagged some catalysts for these big caps right here, these 4. So Intel, over the weekend, they were like a news machine, man. They said, let's see, there was something in Israel with Netanyahu here, expanded investment in Israel. We had Germany striking a deal with Germany, $33 billion. There was some sort of rebate from some other company, some country. I think it was actually Germany. So I think it's like 33 billion in Germany, but I think Germany's giving them 10 billion of that or something. So a lot of stuff happening this weekend. There was also an analyst here over the weekend. Intel stock rocks best week in nearly 14 years. The analyst notes a material AI opportunity. So things are really, I think, heating up for Intel. And I think a lot of this is just like, it just hasn't gone up yet, like every other semiconductor stock. So broke key moving averages down here, and I'm thinking this can make a move to $45. It's in this gap. Bullish cross, 2050 bullish cross. So Intel, I think, can make a move to $45 in the next period, whatever that period is, weeks, months, something like that kind of time frame. PayPal this morning, we got a catalyst. They've increased their buyback by $1 billion from $4 billion to $5 billion. And also they're selling their loan book to, is it KKR? They're selling $50 billion from like buy now, pay later loan book to KKR. So that $40 billion. So that looks like 2 significant catalysts for PayPal this morning, enough to buck the market trend. You can see it's up 1.5% this morning. We have resistance here at about, it's right at that 50-day DMA resistance right now at roughly 67.50. It's right there. Wow, this is setting up nicely. RSI relatively low. This could break and make a move to the top of this candle right here. Top of this candle, $69.68, possibly in the cards today or tomorrow on PayPal. And then you have this gap up here at the bottom of these candles right here. After that, like $71 or so. But we're at resistance now. Is that news good enough to cause it to go up there? On the surface, it looks like it could be, but I don't know PayPal went well enough. I do like that low RSI. So this is something you may be willing to take, maybe want to take a bet in. I think I'm going to ask Vegas about that, see if there's any dark pool money flow on PayPal. Shop, we've liked this simply because of the chart and because of ARKK, and it was kind of lagging some of the ARKK names, I think. But Shop here, nice cup and handle breakout. And then this morning, Oppenheimer comes in and raises $70 price target. They raise it to $80. My target on this, as I told you last, it's right there. Perfect. $77. So I still like Shopify. Nice catalyst this morning to try to outperform the market. Tesla, we got more EV charger ecosystem news here. They're now working with Rivian. So they had Ford, they had GM, I guess. Now they have Rivian. It's basically they won. Okay. So there you go. And Tesla continue to move up. I can't buy. I have it on my long term, but as like a trade, it's right in this gap that I talked about. What's the bottom of this gap? 262.50. That'll be a resistance, 262.50. But I'm not inclined to from a swing or day trading perspective right now. Look at that massive W. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes over 310. That's why I have it in my long-term portfolio. But given the big, gigantic moves we've seen in the market, I'm just hesitant to play some of these big caps have come up so much right now. All right, that takes us to, RUM, I just want to let you know, RFK Jr., I believe. He is Rumble. He was banned from YouTube, or one of his videos was banned from YouTube yesterday. He's joining Rumble. He'll be live streaming Rumble tonight. That could change the sentiment for folks that think Rumble is just for right-wing politicians. Well, now I got RFK Jr. And here comes my pick of the week. Really strong. I'm really excited about this. I got a nice, large position in it already for this week. And then we'll move on over to Vegas. That's LLAP. Now, if you guys remember and it's just been terrible, right? So the whole thing is they have a $2 billion deal with Rivada. All right, what's the market cap? 217 million. Why is it 217 million when they're bringing in 2.4 billion dollars in a relatively short amount of time over a few years? What's going on? What's going on is that this deal has not been approved yet by the ITU, which is a division of the United Nations, which basically they're in charge of giving approval for any satellite projects. So there's a satellite constellation that Rivada wants to launch. Now, the ITU meets every 3 months, and every 3 months they have these meetings to decide if a project can go forward or not. So there was a lot of excitement last quarter, 3 months ago, and the project didn't go through, okay? It was delayed, basically. The ITU said, we're not going to vote on it because of timing purposes. We're not going to vote on it this meeting. We're going to vote on it next meeting. When does the next meeting start? Next Monday. It's Tuesday. We got 4 trading days until the meeting starts. Now, you can see the stock here has been consolidating and bouncing off, trying to hold this 20 DMA. And you have this meeting on Tuesday. The meeting lasts an entire week through July 4th. The decision will officially be released on July 4th or July 5th. Okay, early morning on July 5th. If that's approved, okay, which is a good likelihood. I don't want to say a high likelihood. There's a lot of politics involved, but if there's a good likelihood. If it's approved, I mean, I think you're talking about a multi-bagger move in a matter of weeks. Like this $1.37 stock can be $5-6 in a matter of weeks if it's approved. Now, there's a lot of risk there to hold it through the event. Maybe I'll hold a small position. But here's the play. The play is that event is so monumentally significant to the company that you're gonna see the market buying it up before the event. It's $1.37. People are gonna be like, oh, this can be $4 or $5 if it gets approved. I'll buy it. I'll buy it at $1.40. I'll buy it at $1.50. I may buy it at $1.60, right? So I really think this stock is gonna see event anticipation run this week. And this is one of my highest confidence picks for the week because of the technicals off the 20 DMA, because of this very monumentally significant event happening starting next Monday, ending on July 4th. Okay. So that's my pick. And the resistance here I'm looking for a move from 135 to 158 by Friday afternoon. All right. That's your story trade of the week. And with that, we're going to bring on Vegas. Let's go.
Well, good morning everyone. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I got some nice picks this morning. I think you can see my list there. I'm really happy. I know you got your stuff, but
a lot of green
I want to ask you about PayPal. They had some news this morning. I don't know if you saw it. Is that a stock you follow?
Yeah, I do follow. I find that with PayPal, it seems to be also sensitive to Bitcoin. So usually you'll notice that if Bitcoin's doing really well or has some strength, you'll notice PayPal doing good. I do like the weekly chart. It has a nice pocket pivot on it. So it looks good in the short term for continuation to the upside. But I got my eyes on NVIDIA.
Oh, good. I have NVIDIA. What's the
Yeah, I
quick?
really like
Yeah,
NVIDIA. I'm
there
going
it
to
is.
be watching for a break over 433.44.
Nice.
And if it breaks, I could see a move to the upside. Good volume, even, pre-market. Tesla, watching Tesla as well. Want to see
You saw the
Tesla
news on
over.
Tesla this morning?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
actually good news. Seems like the market liked it too. Good volume this morning.
Yeah.
I like Tesla if it can get over this
Yep.
262.57. Then we
Exactly.
have room to like 270. So that's kind of like my top pick. And regarding PayPal, I do like it if it can get over 68.50. So because that was the opening price, okay? So
Okay.
if it gets over 68.50, you have
Right.
room to like 69.50.
Yeah.
So not a huge move. So that's, I'm not
Right.
interested in something that's going to move a dollar. I want to
Right.
go dollars with an S.
Okay.
So watching Tesla, and the other one that I'm watching as well is Etsy. We've traded Etsy before. It's been a good trade. So got to keep watching this Etsy. Has a nice move over 96.59. This could go to $99. So, a couple dollars there. So
Yeah.
Etsy and Tesla, my top two today.
Hey, it makes me. Whatever happened to Boeing? Are you still looking at that? Because that's
Yeah.
hundreds of
Okay. So
dollars. Yeah.
listen. So still really like Boeing. Want to see Boeing over 223.91. So it has room, to go much higher. But I need to see this break, this
Yeah.
resistance break. So
Yeah.
when
There
it
you go.
breaks, then I'll consider 225 calls, and I'll go into July
Right.
2023. So monthlies. So no weeklies on Boeing. So definitely
Okay.
watching that break, 223.91. So those are like the top three right now. Not like a huge
Okay.
watch list right now. Just keeping it concentrated on where is the action, where are people, where's the momentum going. So
Are you
the ones
expecting
I've
a
mentioned.
market? Are you expecting a market pullback? And if so, like kind of how deep or how long you think that could last?
You know what? I think the market definitely will have a pullback. Don't forget we have Jerome Powell talking twice. He's got a 2-day commentary, so he'll be speaking today. Tomorrow. He'll start talking his testimony for 2 days, and we have a lot of Fed speakers too. So with the Fed speakers talking, you can see volatility in the market. I think this pullback will be a short term, like, not like for months or months. But remember, we want the pullbacks. I mean, I love the pullback because it gives us an opportunity to consolidate and then eventually reverse back up. You definitely don't want to be in a situation where the market just keeps going up, 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 never has a pullback, nothing. And then that would not be a good sign for us in the market. That would not be good for bulls. That all you do is keep going
Yeah.
up, and we want to keep going up. So we don't want that. We love when it goes up, but we do need the pullbacks so things can consolidate. I did notice that there's a lot of 10-day levels that have been established, and that there has been a lot of new money flowing in. And we're going to be going into a new quarter and a new month in July. So that's going to be hopefully July should be maybe a good month. We'll probably have a good summer actually in the market. But again, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I hope you're
But
right.
I
Let's
am
do it.
anticipating that. So we definitely don't want to go higher right now because that would not be good for the bulls. So we definitely want a nice pause, a nice pullback. And the dips should definitely be buyable as well. So if
Yeah.
there's dips, should be some opportunities for you to be able to get some good discounted stocks. So look
Sounds
forward to
good.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely aligned with that. Makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Vegas. Have a
Thank
great day.
you. See you later. Bye for now.
Bye bye.